Good morning, everybody. This is John DiMartino. I'm just following up on the results of my oil sample on my 22 RAV4 Prime. It's, I want to say June 19th today. I sent this oil sample in on February 12th. I just got my results this week. So after a real long battle with the USPS and trying to figure out where my stuff went, I just get the results 3 months after hearing anything from anyone. I basically resolved to the fact that I was never going to see the result of the sample, and it was lost. But it just shows up. I'm on vacation and I get an email from Blackstone saying they have the results of my test. So anyhow, I'll share them with you here. I'm kind of glad that they did get them, and so much time had elapsed between when I sent this into Blackstone and they actually received the sample that my credit card expired. So Blackstone, which is, I'm just kind of surprised they did this, they went ahead and processed a sample, sent it to the lab, and sent me the results before they even invoiced me. So they sent me an email saying there was a problem with the payment, but they'd already given me the results at that point. But I owed them the money, so I went ahead and paid them. I updated my credit card information, went ahead and paid them. But I mean, if you didn't want to pay them and you weren't using them again, I had my results. Not too many companies do business like that anymore, and I just kind of appreciated it. They got me my results right away, regardless of my payment status. So obviously I did pay them, and they got my new credit card going forward. But I thought that was interesting. Most companies don't work like that anymore. They didn't do anything until they got their payment. So thank you, Blackstone. I appreciate the quick processing of the sample, even though it took you 5 months for the USPS to give it to you. So let's take a look at the results now. It's a beautiful June morning. Going to be 90-some degrees today. Here's the car. Just to give an update, the sample was sent in and the car had 29,900 miles on it. Now I'm at 37,268. I haven't done another oil change yet. Like I said earlier, this car is a Prime, so it does run on battery a lot. At least half of those miles are on electric only. And I try to reserve the gasoline engine for highway trips and higher speeds. So anyway, here's a quick look at my engine, and I'll show you currently the motor oil has 70. I mean, it looks like new. Honestly, the engine oil looks like new. So it was just put in. But that's with 7,300 miles on it. So let me go here. Here it is. My car. 9,900 miles, 0-16. And kind of surprised me here, based on my last sample from my Corolla. John, the fuel dilution is the most notable thing in the first sample. Technically 2.0% is borderline. It's enough that it could be a problem, but it's not enough to say for sure in just one sample. Maybe some of the fuel is just operational in nature. To that end, monitor for rising oil levels, a sign of a fuel problem. But if you're not seeing that, then let's see if the fuel doesn't improve a little next time. Everything else looks great. The wear metals are favorable for mileage and oil compared to the averages, and the TBN is strong. Check back on fuel next oil change. So that kind of surprised me. My Corolla only had 1% fuel in it, and it ran an honest 10,000 miles. It was a hybrid. This is a plug-in hybrid. So here's the information. They got the sample on 6/2. I sent it in January. You look at the wear metals here. You look at the averages over here. I mean, everything looks good. Try to get some. Yeah, let me see here. The fuel, 2%. That's right at the borderline. Everything else looked good. The TBN was still 4.1%. 4.1, I'm sorry. And that's the Toyota oil that they sell. And I tried buying that over the counter, and they won't sell it to you. They don't have oil in quart jugs or gallon jugs. The dealer only has it in bulk. And they told me to bring in like a 5-quart clean empty container, and they will fill it and they will get it for me. I didn't have one at the time. So I ended up just buying Mobil 1 oil. But apparently the Toyota oil, from what I've heard, is the same as Mobil 1, but it's actually better. there's a better additive package put in it, Toyota puts in it. So anyway, I just wanted to follow up on this. So I am going to sample again. I'm actually thinking about changing oil soon, a little early, just to take a look at the fuel. One thing I will update also, right after I took the winter tires off, when I did the oil change in that video, you could see the black rims I had in the car. I went back to the stock wheels and replaced the stock tires. They were Dunlops and they were terrible. I put these Continental Cross contacts on at the recommendations of most people on the Facebook groups. These are supposed to be Eco Plus. They ride excellent, they handle excellent, they're quiet, they're smooth. Two negatives. Took a ton of weight to balance these things out. I mean a ton. Some 3.5 ounces, 4 ounces. Did it in a brother's shop and verified it at work on their machine. So I know it's not the machine, but they're smooth with all the weight on them. And the second thing is I lost a lot of EV miles. People are saying that these things are as economical as the stock tires, and in my opinion, they're not. I've lost 5 to 6 miles of range per charge by going to these tires. So just a heads up to people who think they're not going to lose anything. I did. So these have about 4,500 miles on them. They look like brand new, they're not even touched. You can see some of the weights here. Let me see. There's some of the weights there on the back side. Look at this, how much it took to equal these things out. A lot. And you're not even supposed to split the weights up like that, but the only way to get them to zero out was to do that. We spent a long time balancing these things to get them right. So anyway, I just want to follow up. That's my results. I want to keep an eye on this, because if there's something wrong with the fuel system, or it's dripping oil or anything, I'd rather find out now. I mean, I'm out of the bumper-to-bumper warranty, but I still have powertrain, and I bought the Toyota Premium Care. I think it's called Toyota Platinum Plus, because this is a complicated car with a lot of expensive systems in it, and I didn't want to mess around. I mean, look at the air conditioning system alone. It uses electric to run the compressor, and it also runs the battery cooling system using Freon. So this system has to be maintained. You can't drive this car without air conditioning like you would a normal car. So I got the Premium Plus to cover all that stuff. So I hope this helps some people. If you got one of these cars, spend the money, get an oil sample. If you're keeping them a long time, make sure your fuel's correct, because people want to go a long interval on oil changes with these things because the gas engine doesn't run much. Well, it doesn't really matter. If your fuel percentage is high, it's gonna cause excess wear on the engine, especially the bearings. Fuel is not a very good lubricant. It's a good cleaner. Gasoline's a good cleaner, and it actually scrubs the lubricity of the oil away. So, I mean, mine wasn't dangerous, but it was at the level where it needed to be changed. And if you look, there's an older sample in here from my Corolla, and that actually had only had 1% fuel dilution in 10,000 miles. So I'm gonna get this one checked again soon, and I'll post the results. Hope everybody has a great day. I'm sure everybody hear my neighbor's chickens over here.